Are you thinking about moving to the South Central Texas area and you're kind of contemplating, well, where do I go? Well, we're going to run some pros and cons against New Braunfels and Seguin.
These are two specific cities that we start with one and we might end up in the other, or vice versa.
We're Drake and Michelle Carter with the Carter team at Keller Williams Heritage here in New Braunfels and Seguin areas. We're your local guides to real estate and everything you need to know about the New Braunfels and Seguin areas.
Seguin and New Braunfels. They're two Texas towns. One exploding with growth, the other one maybe not that far behind. Both have rivers running through them. Both have pros and cons. Let's get into it.
Let's start with the numbers. Let's look at the population of New Braunfels. In 2020, New Braunfels had a population of around 90,000 people. For 2025, we're estimated to have a population of around 125,000 people. That's a 30,000 people increase. Seguin, on the other hand, has a much more manageable population of around 40,000 people here in 2025. So Seguin is growing steadily, but it hasn't experienced the population boom that New Braunfels did.
Now let's talk about your wallet. So this is where Seguin really shines. Sometimes we have people looking for a house in New Braunfels, but they end up in Seguin just because it's more affordable. They average around 15 to 20% less price-wise for homes in Seguin than they do in New Braunfels.
Yeah, so for instance, the average median or the median home sales price here in New Braunfels was around $330,000 for June of 2025, where Seguin's median household for June of 2025 was $265,000.
So your dollar stretches a little bit further in Seguin. So if you're looking for the more affordable option, Seguin might be the right spot for you.
Based on bestplaces.net, it has Seguin at the cost of living roughly about 10 to 15% less than New Braunfels.
Okay, now let's talk about the fun factor. This is where New Braunfels really shines. It's basically the tourism capital of Texas at this point. You've got Schlitterbahn,
Green Hall, this is where we're sitting at right now.
We've got the rivers with the Comau and Guadalupe.
And then you have endless festivals between Wurstfest, the 10-day salute to sausage, Wasselfest, Wine and Sanger Fest. We had a pickle festival last year. The list goes on and on.
It really does, and you can't forget the holiday parades too. There's always a parade for everything, even the Comau County Fair. That's the biggest one.
But here's the catch. New Braunfels was just rated #1 in the overcrowded attractions for Texas.
So Seguin offers a different kind of magic. You've got Max Starkey Park, which is 227 acres. And it has a golf course, trails. I love the trail going from the library all the way over to the park. You've got volleyball court. Definitely has more of a small town feel. It also has a wave pool. So it doesn't have Schlitterbahn, but it has a wave pool. It also has a historic downtown with the courthouse. You've got great boutiques. Anytime I need to go get something last minute, I actually head over to Seguin to go to their downtown boutiques. You can't beat them. You've got the best restaurants. I love Pecan Town Books and Brew. Can't forget about Burnt Bean, which was just ranked #1 as the Texas barbecue joint in Texas Monthly. So if you want to go there, you got to get there really early.
So Seguin also has what we call Sun's Island. It's an attraction on the river that you can reserve a cabana, relax. It also has a place to where you can glamp overnight, you know.
Where Seguin is lacking in the entertainment space, in our opinion though, is for teens, young adults. There's just not a ton to do there right now, but we're hoping that with the population growth that we've been seeing over the last few years, more will come for them.
So both New Braunfels and Seguin are river towns. The Guadalupe runs through New Braunfels and goes down to Seguin, and New Braunfels also has the Comau River. In both towns, you do have that access of rivers, of fishing, kayaking, those sorts of things. And then you also have lakes. New Braunfels has Lake Dunlap and Lake McQueeney, and Seguin also has Lake McQueeney and Lake Placid. So there's all water sports in both areas. So if that's a priority for you, both towns, in my opinion, check those boxes.
Let's talk culture and community. So here is where New Braunfels is thriving with opportunity. They've got a thriving, vibrant German heritage that comes through in their restaurants, in their festivals, all sorts of activities and ways to get involved. They've also got more diverse dining options. There's always a new restaurant popping up in New Braunfels. And then you've got your tried and true local favorites too. But if you're craving something specific, you can easily find it here in New Braunfels. Overall, there's a younger demographic here with a lot of young professionals and families. I would say the overall feel is high energy and very driven focused, but then you also have another group that's just very relaxed and ready to have fun with all the activities that New Braunfels has to offer.
So moving on to Seguin, let's talk about deep Texas roots. Seguin was founded in 1838. It's known as a multi-generational community where you have anywhere from brand new families to retirees living here. You also have that authentic small town feel where your neighbors actually know each other. To wrap up, talk about local pride. Seguin has the largest small town 4th of July parade. We go every year and our kids absolutely love it. So let's talk about practical considerations between New Braunfels and Seguin. Well, New Braunfels, you're on the I-35 corridor connecting San Antonio to Austin. You have a lot of job opportunities in industry throughout that corridor, from healthcare to technology to food service, all of that. Pivot over to Seguin, you're on the I-10 corridor that connects San Antonio to Houston, but also you're still just south of Austin as a way of San Marcos. With Seguin, you have a lot of industry as well. To name a few big players in the area, you have Caterpillar, CMC Steelworks, Tyson Foods, or just to name a few of the big industry players in that area.
For schools, based on schooldigger.com, Homo ISD over in New Braunfels ranks 103rd out of 961. NBISD ranks 219, also out of that 961. So both pretty good ratings. Seguin ISD, on the other hand, ranks 793rd out of that same 961. Now, people do tend to move into the Geronimo area, which is where Navarro ISD is. Navarro bumps you back up to 269, so a little more promising. Now, we know some great people who graduated from Seguin, and they turned out awesome. So we're not hating on Seguin ISD, but we're just saying a lot of times when people move here and they look at the statistics, it's not the preferred option.
So what's the verdict? Which town wins? Choose New Braunfels if you want the best attractions and entertainment, rapid growth for investment opportunities, you don't mind crowds and a little bit higher cost of living, and you want to be at the center of the Texas Hill Country scene.
And then Seguin might be the winner for you if you want a more consistent small town feeling. You want significantly lower cost of living. You want a peaceful outdoor experience without the crowds. And you want potential to get in early on a growing area. And if you're planning on a hill country move, please like and subscribe so you can stay tuned for our upcoming videos.
Again, we're Drake and Michelle Carter with the Carter team at Keller Williams Heritage. We're your local guides and realtors to everything New Braunfels and Seguin.
See you in the next video.